the edge. Feel like I'm floating through the air. The pain I felt is paid for, all is said and done. Oh, I am restricted, fixed upon the web. I need to kick the habit that my mind is breathing in. Break out, I've got to see. Spent all my life holding all of it closely. I played it innocent, a feel of discontent. I'm finally facing it all, fearless. Burning the bridge that keeps us. I'm here and I'm feeling exaggerated, that's what you assume. The story's over now, I must conclude. I am conflicted, watching where I step still, hanging in the balance, not the life I want to live. I want to take it all, standing tall, fear I weighed the person you are. Oh, break out, I've got to see. Spent all my life holding all of it closely. I played it innocent, a feel of discontent. I'm finally facing it all, fearless. I'm all the sins that you can't confess. I'm just your ghost if we're not undressed. A part of me wish that we never met, but you act like we never. Got too wasted in the bathroom of your parents' house. Then you kissed me in the backseat of a taxi ride. And we said things that were cheesy, but we meant them. There were feelings, and now you deny it. You're in love with the idea of me, but you're not in my reality. Find it hard to even picture it, 'cause my reality is your reality, no. That you can't confess. I'm just your ghost if we're not undressed. A part of me wish that we never met, but you act like we never. Got too wasted in the bathroom of your parents' house. Well, you kissed me in the backseat of a taxi ride. And we said things that were cheesy, but we meant them. There were feelings, and now you deny it. You're in love with the idea of me, but you're not. inside my own world of make-believe. Kids screaming in the cradles, profanities. I see the world through ice covered in ink and bleach. Cross out the ones who heard my cries and watched me weep. I love everything. Fire spreading all around my room. My world's so bright, it's hard to breathe, but that's alright. Hush. Take my eyes open to force reality. Why can't you just let me eat my weight in glee? I live inside my own world of make-believe. Kids screaming in the cradles, profanities. Some days I feel skinnier than all the other days. Sometimes I can't tell if my body belongs to me. I love everything. Fire spreading all around my room. My world's so bright, it's hard to breathe, but that's alright. Hush. And hold your breath and feel the tension. Devils hide behind redemption. Honesty is a one-way gate to hell. I wanna taste consumption. Breathe faster to waste oxygen. Hear the children sing aloud. It's music till the wick burns out. Just tripping on day dreams, got dirty little lullabies playing on repeat. Might as well just ride around the nursery and count sheep.
Okay, gotta adjust this. Don't want that going up. Alright. I'll leave that in the background. I got this going like this here for a second because my cat is my chair. Yes, you. Yeah. Quite literally. Kind of see her. This thing, yeah. This little fuzzball. Yeah. Well, shit. How we all doing, everybody? How we all doing? As it is nighttime, I can go ahead and close up my curtains. Okay, I'm all open because it was all super nice out earlier. And also preloaded my pipe so I wouldn't have to dick around with that ahead of time. What do you mean the leather bag? Like, Fox, you need to learn to ask a question differently, brother. That seems weird when you say it like that. Like, what do you mean, like, what is the leather bag? Because, again, it's part of the whole topic of today's video. Because I'm not doing games or anything like that, because, again, it's been too late in the fucking day. I am not gonna do all that. Yeah, I know, that's what I'm saying. Like, instead of you saying, the leather bag, why don't you ask, what is the leather bag? Like, you know what I mean? Like, that doesn't seem like a question. That just seems like a weird way of fucking saying that. That's all I'm saying. It just sounds weird when the way you say it like that. But ideally, it's a Bible bag. So it's a bag originally designed to hold a Bible. So had to be. I get that there. I get that, brother. Trust me. Fucking, I know that all too well with my tiny ass little bladder. Rumble might be having issues just because of my internet, though. I don't know if it might be actually a Rumble issue. So, because apparently we were having issues with my internet earlier. Oh. Nose. Ugh. Really? Completely missed. Alright, there we go. That's on the trash. So, ideally though, I'm gonna prove this to everybody. So this, I don't know if it'll fit this one specifically because this is an extra large one. So this is an extra large style Bible, so the print is going to be a lot larger, so you can actually read it a lot easier. But, oh yeah, it'll fit it actually. Perfect. So yeah, see, this is what the bag is actually designed for. It's designed for when you go to church. Hold your Bible, note cards, pens, things like that. So if you're like going to seminary, things like that, it's what this is originally designed for. However, since I am a biblical Christian, so I don't go to a church because there isn't a biblical Christian church around here. I think we have one, but it isn't one I want to go to. So I tend to just use it for a pipe bag. So it's kind of why I brought the topic of what's called EDC. Now, I think everybody knows what EDC is. For those that don't, it stands for Everyday Carry. Now, I think 90% of us have some form of EDC, right? Whether it be your gaming stuff, maybe you're carrying around all the time. Maybe it's your vape stuff. Maybe it's your, whatever thing that you got. Like maybe a lot of people carry a lot of their stuff like in their fanny packs. They have it strapped across their chest like that. I think that's fucking weird. A little gay looking. It's kind of, I don't know. Looks a little weird to me. So, It's one of the reasons why I don't put this one across my chest like this, because it's fucking weird. At best, I've literally had this on my back as like a tiny little backpack, but that also looks pretty gay, especially on a guy. So, Rumble was freezing. Like I said, I don't know if it's Rumble though specifically. It might be my internet though at the same time, because yeah, we had issues with the internet earlier, like right before I went live. We were having issues. But so I have this one, and then I have a plastic case, and I wanted, like, and I was actually looking over at these because I had, you know, each one at my disposal, and I was kind of thinking in my head, I'm like, okay, but which one makes a better EDC for, you know, pipe smoking? You know, what carries the best amount of tobacco, the pipes, pipe cleaners, Q-tips, pipe tool, lighters, all that jazz. Now, that's why a lot of them, like, and it's kind of funny, I was getting looks like people were thinking I was carrying a man purse or some shit like that, or I was being gay walking around with this. And if you go on, like, pipecigars.com, one of the Viking bags that's made for men, pretty much, for smoking pipes, because let's be honest, mostly men are smoking pipes these days. There's, like, I can count them 2 girls that I know specifically who smoke pipes, at least YouTube-wise, that I know for a fact. So otherwise, it's like, there's not really that many girls out that smoke pipes. So that's why it's kind of funny when you see people give you looks when you're carrying something like this around, and it's like it's filled with tobacco and pipes and stuff. And right now I got some Hearth and Home Midtown Sweet Cask. I got the Missouri Meerschaum Country Gentleman. That's a $20, $25 corncob pipe. Fairly inexpensive. Such a good taste to it. It's got a kind of a brown sugar cinnamon taste to it. This is the container for it. So, got that up there. The other part of today's video I wanted to talk about was, for those of the, YTPC over on YouTube, or RPSC, technically over on Rumble, I don't know what I would call the kick pipe smoking community, since I'm the only person I really know on the kick side that smokes a pipe. Like, actively. And is making content over here about pipes. So being really the only person over here that I personally know that smokes pipes over on Kick, I don't really put a Kick pipe smoking community hashtag in the title, like I did over on Roll and on YouTube. So that is also to help kind of get the community members to actually pop into the streams more, kind of meet each other better, things like that. And also that's why we rebranded. I also got to redo the fucking the profile picture now, because Flashy totally went under. I don't even want to get into that whole. That's a whole topic for fucking another stream, another day. Not doing that today. But I am irritated about that. But speaking of disappointments, though, I have a disappointment for the tobacco topic, as it is. As you all know, we put an order in for or through smokingpipes.com. Now, originally the order was placed on the 2nd. Now, even by all of its technical standards of what they claim they go by, that order should have been sent out on Monday, not Tuesday, or even I think Wednesday is when it was shipped out. That was hilarious that just went live on all my notifications that just came through. So they didn't ship it out like it says on their date. They're like, when do we ship out products, things like that on their FAQ. They didn't do like they say they do. Then on top of that, it didn't get to the fucking place like it says it does before that X amount of time, right? Then, on top of even that, so because originally it was like, oh, I'm paying this $10 for the shipping, which at that point I would have paid the extra $3 and got it through fucking UPS, knowing it would have been here, like literally last week or today. So, with that being said, I paid the $10. We do the fucking USPS, because that's what I had the money for. And, so, I pay for it, expecting it. Doesn't do, as soon as I start saying not going to get to on the 4th, I'm like, okay, when's the next date? And then it goes, oh, it's going to be delivered on the 8th, today. Fine, whatever. Now, mind you, I have a lot of shit I had to do this morning, so I have had a very busy morning. I've had a very fucking busy morning. So I'm like, okay, praying to God that it comes today, you know, at some point, maybe in the afternoon, whatever the case is. Even though, at this point, for 5 fucking days, it sat in South Carolina. 5 days. June 2nd, they got it. It got to the distribution center. Sat there for 5 fucking days. In that 5 days, on the 7th, it finally shot all the way over to Indiana. Wow, really far away, guys. It then still say somehow it was going to be delivered today by 9 o'clock p.m. Then it said by 8 o'clock p.m. So then it was like, oh, well, wait a minute, it's going up. It's going up, not down, which is a little bit different. So usually if it goes by like, oh, by 10 o'clock, usually it just changes it by the next, you know, to the next day or whatever. No, instead this decides a little bit different. It went up. So I'm thinking, well, maybe the package is actually en route, and it's a lot closer than I think it is. And maybe the system is just not updating properly. I'll give it that. No, that's not what's happening. So instead, as I'm like hopeful for all that, I get the next update, which is that the time, like as in the time frame, gone. It just disappears off the screen. So I was like, wait, what the fuck? I refresh it like an hour later while I was watching an apologetics and polemics video from David Wood and all them on the Apologetics Roadshow. They were talking about the whole holes in the narrative thing from the Muslims thing, Sheikh Al-Sakati. And so as I'm watching that video, I'm like, okay, you know what? It's been, like, at this point, it's actually been 2 hours. I started this video around, like, 6 something, but I kept getting pushed further. I kept saying hour 46 minutes, even time I kept clicking on the screen. So what I'm pretty sure what kept happening was they kept bringing more guests on, and it just kept pushing that part of the video further back. So at this point, I didn't even realize it had been almost 2 hours. I kept thinking it had only been about an hour because I've been watching this video. So then I go, okay, you know what? At this point, let's go ahead and refresh the page. See what happens. Oh, I refreshed the page, and it will be coming today. Gone, finally, which thankfully, okay. But instead of it updating to the next day, like it usually does, or whenever, there's nothing. It just has a little blue box saying, oh, your shit's in traveling. And then the other side of it with the whole, you know, like little markers for where it's been. And it's still saying, departed, Indianapolis, Indiana. So now, at this point, I can't blame Smoking Pipes for this. Now, I can't blame them for just not getting the damn thing out on time. And honestly, having chosen a really shitty... Let's be honest, guys. I know someone's going to say something about it. But look, the USPS is shitty. Alright? The United States Postal Service has not been fucking doing its job well for how fucking long. They lost how many billions of dollars? What was it, like 8 years ago? And then everybody was all like, wow, they lost that much money. It's like, and you're fucking surprised they lose that money. They lose your packages all the fucking time. How do you expect them not to lose $6 billion? Okay? If I'm not mistaken, it was like around like $6 or $10 billion. They ended up misplacing, as they said. How the fuck do you... If I miss $6 or $10 billion misplaced, I'm pretty sure I'm going to go to jail. Prison. Butt fucking prison. Alright? My ass will be hamburger meat type prison. Okay? Just saying. So, I'm like, okay, this is just like absolutely ridiculous at this point. I'm like, there's no reason for the package to have taken this fucking long. Here we are yet again. Still, I mean, I'm going to pull up Safari right now. Alright, so it says Indianapolis, Indiana. It's left the distribution center. Now, that left it today at 4:24 a.m. Okay? It is just now at Denver, Colorado at 11:20. So 4 minutes ago, it just showed up in Denver, Colorado. Like at this point, Smoking Pipes should be refunding me the $10 for the fucking shipping. Because it's like, what did I pay for? Didn't I pay for this to be coming here by the fucking 4th or at least by the 8th? And again, granted I know that's not on their end. But you're charging $10 because you're claiming that's what they charge. Now, I'm kind of curious about that because I buy soap. I don't know if you guys know this, but let me just a little example here. One fucking brick alone is more than most of these fucking bags. Okay? And weight. 5 ounces? 5 ounces. Okay? It smells delicious. 5 ounces. And I'm not just one brick at a fucking time. If you guys know me, when I order my fucking bricks, I'm not ordering one fucking brick. Okay? Okay? So, when I order, like... Well, what's been the biggest order I put? I think 36 bricks. 36 bricks. Do you know the total for the fucking shipping weight through USPS? Give you guys a little hint. It was roughly the same price as what I just paid for tobacco. Now, mind you, the price tag too is not like including the signing fee or anything like that I'm supposed to have as well for signing the package. Because, you know, God forbid, these assholes at USPS never make you sign a fucking package. And I'm pretty sure I could get somebody fired for this if they don't make me sign for a tobacco package. Okay? If I can lose my job or get in trouble for it at the fucking vape store, like I did when they did a sting operation with using fake IDs, oh, I will guarantee you I will fucking report somebody to the police and to the fucking their bosses if they do not show up to the house to bring me the tobacco to make me fucking show my ID. Because quite literally, that will be some very shady shit. Because then that just implies that children can order tobacco. And you, as the USPS, will not do your job that you are asked to do. I get it. You think it's kind of shitty that you have to check IDs. DoorDashers think the same fucking thing. It's part of your job, boo-boo. So, literally, that's absolutely ridiculous. I just gotta say that. So, and that they only offer free shipping on their shit on pipes and cigars, or sorry, smoking pipes, or smokingpipes.com, of $125 or more. That's also bullshit. Again, a soap company can offer it at $55. Pipes and Cigars gives me not only like discounts on the shipping, but I also get fucking coupons regularly for spending X amount of money. There's also items I've bought which have in turn earned me their pipes cash, or PNC cash as they call it, which is this little like coupon things, which is literally just kind of like, instead of being like, you know, a regular like 10 or 15% off that they're doing maybe site wide, it's like that. It is a specific that even when a discount is not going on, you can take 10, 15 bucks, $5, whatever it is, you can take that off of your order. Okay? I get the same kind of treatment at Squatch. Now, I'm not saying that you guys are a bad company or anything like that. I actually do really love your guys' store, and I still love the products that you guys have on there. I mean, again, it's where I got my little meerschaum pipe, and I absolutely love this little guy. Now, granted, I was the fool who did not realize that the size and the price of $60 for a meerschaum did not mean that this would be a full-size meerschaum pipe, like something like this, right? So, it's kind of a buyer's remorse type deal in that regard. However, not a buyer's remorse is the fact that this has still been a great pipe. So, that's been the nice thing about that. Well, it's not as big of a pipe as I would have liked it to be. It still has done a fantastic job. So, that's not to take away from them in that regard, right? However, that is also to be said, though, that pipe, it had that one little mess up just like the tobacco did. The second date that it gave me was the official. I think it did still come by like a day or two, maybe even 3, like later than what it was, but it kept updating. It was literally like by the date that it was supposed to be here, it was in Spokane, and I knew that by the next day it would probably be in our town, but it probably wouldn't be delivered to me. That's just how our fucking mail system works. Well, and normally, and I would say, now, normally in the last few years, I have had very little issues, if at all, with USPS. However, the two things that they have done so far, alright, one was the PC. That was through USPS. That motherfucker was supposed to be signed for. A $1,600 to $1,700 PC was left on my porch. Thankfully, my fucking family was home, because if they weren't, that was just sitting out there, you know? So I had to be like, yo, did my PC just come? They're like, I think something just got on the porch. I'm like, yo, can you please just bring it into the front of the house? Now, apparently that box was super heavy, and it took them a lot to get it in, but they got it in, thankfully. Right? So when I got home, I was able to put it together. I was happy. However, now, and again, I do have a bit of that seller's remorse for selling my big tower at this point, because technically this laptop has had a little bit of issues running some of the games as smoothly as the tower did a bit. But the tower itself still fucking struggled at times too to play some of the games I play all the time on the PlayStation 5 Pro better than I did on the fucking tower. You know, that one right there blows my fucking mind and irritates me constantly with that one. You know, you spent that much money and everybody's always like, PC Master Race. Fuck your PC Master Race. You know what I gotta do? A BIOS update every time, motherfuckers. Like, oh, fucking, Call of Duty or so-and-so comes out. Oh, they got kernel level fucking access to your fucking PC. Whoopee! So if somebody hacks their fucking shit, they have access to all of your data. Congratulations. Because everybody always goes like, well, what if the company... Like, yeah, the fucking company's gonna fucking break the law and do something like that, you dumb fuck. No. It's the fucking people, like, Lizard Squad or some shit like that, fucking hacks them, then they get your fucking information. You know what I mean? Like, that's when you fucking need to be worried. But, of course, smarter people, like most of the people in our community, fucking worry about shit like that. Whereas the average dumb fucking person is like, oh my gosh, now what if Riot, like, for instance, like with the whole Valorant thing, when Valorant was huge on PC for that little, little stint there for a moment, because, let's be real, like, yes, it's still popular, it's not, no, I'm not saying it's not big, but, like, everybody was fucking playing Valorant at that point when it was, like, really, really, really popular, and at the height of its peak. And I remember that a big chunk of people just were like, well, I'm not doing this because Riot's fucking kernel access to the thing. And I'm thinking, okay, they're thinking because somebody's going to hack them. No, they were saying because they thought Riot was going to use it because they're part of China and blah, 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 blah. And it's like, okay, bro. Hey, let's think about this a little bit, for example, right? Riot themselves probably wouldn't do that. Yeah, even if they're attached to China. China would just fucking do it through Riot, and they wouldn't have to fucking be like, oh, sorry, we hacked them. No, they could just do it if they wanted to. If they wanted to hack them, literally it would be like, well, what do you expect? It's fucking through China. So, of course, right? But still, there's that, like, what are you going to do? You know what I mean? Like, what are you going to do? You're playing a game that is literally ran by CCP at that point. So, congratulations. Like, they are the biggest shareholders in their stocks. You don't think that they're watching things in a way that maybe other people aren't watching? Like, I mean, like, other shareholders? That's why I was going to do that, because I want to see where the batteries were at. But, so yeah, I just, again, at this point, I'm not mad at them as much. I'm just kind of irritated that they use a shitty delivery system, which is USPS. However, the other thing I'm actually upset about is USPS. You know, it's like, guys, how the fuck do you run your fucking job? How do you do your job if you cannot just scan? How does it take 5 fucking days from it to sit in a fucking distribution center and then leave, making it on the 7th when it's supposed to get here, when it was, you know, estimated for the 8th? And I always hate that bullshit of like, well, the date's just an estimation. You know what? Look, we live in a day and age where that ain't just an estimation any fucking more. Okay? Let's be fucking real. That date is this is when you should have your package by. Not it might be, it's you should. Okay? We live in 2020 fucking 6. Don't give me this fucking little rinky-dink bullshit of rural area type of fucking, you know, faggotry of like, oh, you know, this is why you can't, you know, get your package like that. That is complete faggotronics, and I don't want to hear it. I mean, quite literally, I live in a college town, very rapidly expanding into a very small city. Like, we were considered a city. We used to always do the whole air quote. No, we were actually becoming a city finally. Like, it's just a small, very condensed city, but we're becoming a city. So yeah. Appreciate you there, the king. Appreciate that, fam. Oh, yeah, I appreciate the comment, bro. Appreciate it. But, you know, and it's like, it's like USPS is like, and I'm not asking for a lot. I think a lot of us aren't asking for a lot. It's like, just, if you fucking put the fucking date and say you're gonna do your job, do your fucking job. You know what I mean? Like, fucking hell. Okay, I get it. USPS, your job sucks. You gotta do it rain, sleet, fucking, you know, sunshine, don't matter what. You know, snow. You gotta be out there delivering packages and mail, and not everybody always thanks you for your job. And like, look, you got a job that is pretty admirable. Without you, we wouldn't get our fucking mail. But I'm just gonna tell you right now, boo boo, we will replace your ass. Okay? You do not fucking continue to go find a way to fix this shit, and you fucking keep going down this path you're going down. We will replace you. We will take our mail and have it be delivered through like FedEx or UPS. I'm sure they will gladly fucking do the job, and we will then gladly give them more money through the government to them. You see what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean, guys? Like, come on, like, let's be real here. Do they really think that that's the only thing they got on us? Oh, well, we deliver your fucking mail. We will find somebody else, and we will make a new fucking system. You know what I mean? Like, you ain't protected, motherfuckers. Like, I don't know what the fuck you think you're doing, trying to act like, we can do whatever we want. Like, there's a reason why when UPS literally was going down the shitter, they did a whole fucking ad campaign to be like, guys, we know we fucked up. We're gonna do better now. And you're like, okay, I'm gonna give you another chance. You make good on that chance, I'm gonna continue using your service. Lo and behold, UPS was one of the few times, like, even when I worked at the vape shop, for the 6 years that I worked there, right? When we ordered packages and we were expecting that shit to come in, if it was coming by FedEx, I was like, oh, we fucking might get it, or we might not. If it came by UPS, oh, those guys, if that package wasn't on that truck, like, if I have, 6 packages supposed to be coming, I only have 5 out of 6 or 4 out of 6, those guys will hunt down those other drivers, find those packages, or straight up just be like, when I see that package, I will just bring it to you. Thank you. Like, that's the type of fucking, service, quality of service that you're looking for. Because, again, you're paying astronomical fucking rates for these shipping rates. You want that fucking to equate to something. To some quality of service of some kind. It's not that fucking hard to ask that if we're paying money, it equate to something. I don't know. Maybe I'm fucking weird like that because I worked in retail. And when you provide a service to somebody like that, you expect that the service be rendered, it's a fucking concept, I know, right? Concept. So, yeah, that's my little rant. of disappointment about the USPS system, and it brought me though to another topic that I want to discuss as well today, which we'll get into a little bit later on, which is what retailer, if we get to it, I should say, what retailer do you guys think is the best for buying tobacco online, and where do you guys, if you're a pipe smoker, if you're not a pipe smoker, I mean, even if you're a cigar smoker too, because cigar smokers, you buy your cigars off the same places we usually get our pipe tobacco from. So, and I do recommend, if you are a cigar smoker, definitely be checking out Pipes and Cigars. As much as I'm not the biggest fan of STG and everything that they've done or stand for, I am not going to lie that literally if I order something through Pipes and Cigars, that shit's here. It is here. And they come from very, very similar locations. Oh, yeah, okay, I see that now. I was like, let me go check out the comment real quick so I can check that out. Boom, nice, I appreciate that, fam. Also, by the way, I did see, crazy, I just closed out my YouTube, shit. I'm gonna pull my YouTube again. I did see that Kick is opening up, or has a new thing. See, yeah, I cut out part of the video that I didn't get to see. Because now it's like 4 hours and 44 minutes. But it's like claiming I've already watched all of it. Yeah, because it's a 4 hour and 44 minute video. Mohammed Hijab and Yasir Qadi destroyed Quran Live. Or the Quran Live. The preservation lie. And stuff like that. So it was a 4 hour and 44 minute video I was watching. And I was like, damn it, I just closed out my video I was watching earlier. But I saw it say download Kick Live, right? To go live and everything like that. And I thought that was kind of cool. They actually have a new feature. It's a whole thing. They're gonna be doing all that with that now. So also I'm pulling up Kick Chat on my phone so I can actually see a little bit better too. Because again, with my contact being fucky with that, I actually have the screen is at 150%. I might actually put that to 200% for my eyes so I can actually see. Because until I get my new contacts, glasses, whatever, I just need to get all this taken care of somehow because I cannot fucking see. It is a pain in the ass. I'll tell you that. But as for the EDC, again, for anybody who in the community is a pipe smoker, and anyone who maybe watches this video later, especially whether it be on Rumble or on YouTube, specifically YouTube, I meant to say, actually not Rumble, but so if you're watching this on YouTube later on, then definitely let me know down in the comments section below, what is your EDC, everyday carry, for pipe smoking, especially if you are a person who tends to smoke while you're out on the go, or if you smoke while you're at work, maybe like on a lunch break or something like that. I know lots of guys that do that. And the reason why I wanted to ask the question is because, again, it's kind of like the whole, I'm looking for some help on trying to decipher whether or not, I have a good EDC, or if I need to go out and actually invest that money into something further, right? Like whether it be one of the leather roll-up style ones, or the Viking pouch like we were talking about earlier, or what? Oh, actually, you know what? We're missing one. Missing one of the pouch bags. Because there are some days I just take the fucking backpack. It must be real, right? And in that backpack, if I'm taking the backpack, I'm just going to be real with y'all. There is 3 to 4 pipes with me. Not joking. 2 on either side of the fucking backpack, okay? tobacco wise, I will try to put those fucking tubs in there. You see these tubs and jars up there? They will go in there. I will have a stack of 5 to 6 jars. Okay? Now, if I don't have things like in jars, I got them in bags. Oh, there'll be like fucking 8, 9 bags of tobacco in there then. I will be like that, right? Now, I am that person who's just like with my soap. I don't like them touching each other because I don't want the scents to always go off. Now, I can't really care for that too much with the whole Boswells that Sam gave me because, when he gave me them, they were already sitting on top of each other. So they've already kind of melded each other. Now, when I just let them, pull them out of that box, I send them off to the side, and I individually move the bags out, let them sit for 20, 30 minutes, they regain their own scents back, and it's fine. I can actually enjoy them that way. That's why I tend to do that. Now, when it comes though to something like if I got bag tobacco versus jars, or even if I have a few jars, I'll put some jars in here, right? And then I'll put the only two that I will ever put together are these two because they are so fucking close in both taste and smell. You cannot tell me that there's that much of a difference really between Cardinal Hall and Prince Albert. It's just there's not that much of a difference. I really love my Prince Albert though. However, though, we're smoking some of that sweet cask right now. Maybe that's just because I haven't really been using it as much as I would like to. But since I know it is technically Meerschaum Monday, I thought, why not? We'll go ahead, instead of using the Meerschaum pipe, I'll use the Missouri Meerschaum. Definitely has a very strong nicotine kick. Feeling it right now. I shouldn't say a very strong one, but it's just it's strong enough on an empty stomach. You can definitely feel it in the gut, in the gullet. I mean, they're not even just doing a zigzag, bro. They're just not even, it's just now, like I said, in Denver, Colorado, which means by maybe tomorrow it hits Spokane, Washington, which means that maybe then the day after it hits Pullman, and then after that it hits here. So you see what I'm saying? It's going to take probably by the end of the week. And all I want is my fucking Seattle Pipe Club tobacco, really. That's the biggest thing I really want. Oh, well, okay, it's not the only thing. I want my Rattray's Bagpiper's Dream that's in there as well. But I really want that fucking pound of vanilla pipe tobacco that I have too. Because quite literally, a lot of that is going to help for when I go and apply, for jobs and stuff like that. For when I'm out at lunch break or regular breaks and stuff like that. That's what I want to have for when I'm working and stuff like that. So I can actually take a little tin with me of tobacco and go sit, at break, load up a pipe bowl, and just sit out, break, and smoke my pipe, then go back to work. And then hopefully make enough money that not only am I helping paying bills and everything else like that here, but on top of that, we were also able then to, once I'm stocked back up on my tobacco, once I have all my jars pretty much crammed full of tobacco again, and literally I have the first 2 rows again all dedicated to tobacco and some cigars. We get enough dabs all stocked up, everything like that. Legitimately, once I'm done with doing all of that, my goal is to start doing giveaways. Probably work on doing little pipe giveaways. We'll probably do little cheapo fucking corn cobs. But that's just to get people, into pipe smoking and stuff, so that way they can actually try it out, see if they actually like it. Again, it's going to be a 21 and older. You got to be verified through an ID. everything like that, which there are ways for us to check your IDs. So I can do systems like that, or go through a system that allows it to check your ID and verify it to make sure that you are of age. Let's be real though. No kid is really gonna be coming for a pipe, right? If they're doing that, they're doing it for fucking for cannabis wise. So, yeah. Well, this is definitely not one of the ones I would be passing because this is a tobacco pipe. Now, cannabis wise, we do got our dab rig right here. I do plan to take some dabs here in a moment. I do have some. What is this one? I think strawberry cough. Yeah, got some strawberry cough. That's from deductible dabs from the dispensary. That's what we got loaded up. That's what I got left of it right now. It has been a really good, solid, actual dab. And I ain't gonna lie, for $5, not a bad deal. Now, it wasn't normally $5, it was $10. It was on sale for 30% off, but I had a 50% off discount, so I said, let's go ahead and use that. So, $5 a pop. Now, I could have gotten an extra one, made it 4. Probably should have done that. This would have been 20. Made it a little bit better for my myself, but I was trying to be better with my money a little bit there. This one does not want to. Only downside to this guy, right, is that there's no filter in it. So because there's no filter in this guy, it's really hard to get this one to get a tight restrictive airflow hit. Enough to actually keep maintaining the bowl without it being like you gotta put a lot of really finely shredded tobacco in there. Which, speaking of finely shredded tobacco, for the actual nicotine kick, we got some Haunted Bookshop in here. Ooh, that freak right off the rip. So peppery. And again, too, a reminder, too, for those that do not know, with pipe tobacco, you are not inhaling. Just a reminder, you're not inhaling. There's a lot of, there's a lot of misinformation out there, right? And one of the big ones out there that I see is that, oh, you're not real pipe smokers, you're not inhaling your pipe. You don't inhale cigars either. You can go tell a cigar smoker he's not a real cigar smoker, he ain't inhaling a cigar. Guarantee you he gonna whoop your ass. Those guys are much bigger than I am, so. You let the tobacco roll around the mouth is what you're doing. And it's got a good smell to it. I don't know why people don't like the Haunted Bookshop. It has a good smell. It has a very fruity smell to it. It smells like plums. You gotta do a nice slow sip on it though. But it definitely is a smoky one. That's because of the burley. So it burns nice and even too. It's a very light burn, so it doesn't give you tongue bite at all. Set my pipe down for a second. So I'm going to take a dab hit. 515 degrees on the Carter 2. Okay, we got some strawberry cough loaded up in here already. So, once this hits on the docket, we can take our hit. Oh. Now I'm going to say this too, right? I was working on a video earlier and I actually had to take a nap after doing the video because I had smoked so much tobacco that I was stoned feeling. The balances of the tobacco and then the cannabis, the way the rides of the flavor on the mouth and the palate. Not to mention the hit in the gut too, because it's like you're getting all that nicotine and then the cannabis at the same time. So it's a very unique crossfade that's going on. Little crossfade going on just from smoking some tobacco along with some cannabis. And this is why, right? Real tobacco like this can really, get you fucking stoned feeling. So if you mix this with cannabis, this is a whole different ball game. Like, a couple of the cats out there are going to get this. And it ain't going to be the cats that were doing the cigarettes with flour. No. We're talking about you cutting the blunt open. You pulled out that tobacco, but you used the tobacco with the weed to make a spliff that way. And then you smoked it that way. You know what I'm talking about, because those people don't inhale. Right, they load a little bit of cannabis into that tobacco in there to give it their own little flavor and vibe to it and give it a little more punch. Then once they roll it back up, lick that bitch back in, seal it up, spark it up and start puffing on it, you can see it almost instantly. It just hits them instantly. You got all that tobacco, the cannabis, and it just is like, bam. And they're like, ugh. And that's when you see them always like, wobbling and shit, and you're like, damn, how do you look drunk from being stoned? It's like, well, dude, have you ever smoked a lot of tobacco? Just saying. Like, I know there's all these guys out here who, especially like in the YTPC, they make it seem like, we're so sophisticated. We will never smoke too much tobacco. That would be just beyond us. Are you fucking kidding me? I guarantee you a few of you all got a little greened out of fun once in a while from, a little bit too much nicotine or smoking too many bowls of tobacco. Right? But have you ever felt drunk off of tobacco? I have. That was fun. That was probably one of the funnest experiences I've ever had. After hanging out with my boy Sam at the Cigar Lounge, and we were just smoking piples after piples after piples after piples. I mean, I'm up to like maybe 20, maybe almost 30 bowls that day. By the time I get home, I'm literally like, ooh, like I feel drunk. I haven't had any liquor or alcohol at all. And I hadn't drank in 3 weeks. Because at that point, the last time I drank was one beer 3 weeks prior to that. So it was like, okay, this is different. And then my tongue, my mouth, everything felt like I do when I've been drinking. And I was like, whoa, that's weird. I went to sit down. I tried to do a stream. I could barely do the stream because I'm like all like wobbly feeling, even in my chair, because I was high as balls. And what was I doing? Smoking more pipe bowls. So adding more fuel to the fire. When I went to bed that night, when I woke up, it was the best sleep I had had in a long time. Because I was so stoned from my pipe, I was just like, yeah, whatever, bro. So if there's any ever naysayers that are like, you can't have that happen off of pipe tobacco, you can't have that happen, blah, 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 blah. Or like the ones that act like you can't get addicted to wanting to smoke the pipe like I do. Like, look, if you have an addictive personality like I do, or like that addictive trait where it's just like, oh man, like you have very little self-control, and when you start something you really like, you just like to keep doing it over and over and over again. Yeah, that'd be me with this. You know, and a big thing, for me on this is that I enjoy pipe smoking because it gives me that time to think, right? It gives me that time to really ponder about things. Like, when I'm getting stoned, it's usually actually to completely blank out, turn the brain off in a way where I'm not thinking about anything, and I'm just doing that so that my seizures don't, affect my body. And with the tobacco, I can slow my brain down to a point where I can actually be like, all right, now let me ingest a book, watch a documentary, listen to a conversation, like a debate, and be able to not only ingest it in a much deeper, meaningful way, but it also opens up the ability to be more mindful about certain things too. And you even got people like Einstein, who said that a pipe leads much to the reflective mindset and lifestyle, and that without that you can't be pretty much a good person, because you're not reflecting upon your actions, your deeds, your behavior, being a good person, like a Christian, things like that. Now, I had the Christian part to do that part to myself, but and we got lots of content creators out there that are cigar smokers and stuff like that do streaming, and they do the YouTube and everything else like that. We really don't have a lot of pipe smokers out there, so that's why I also wanted to pick up that mantle. I do the live streams like this more so than I do the regular videos. When I do the regular videos, it's really hard for me to do it because you know what I like to do? I like to bounce things off of you guys. I like to talk to you guys. It helps. Even if you don't talk back sometimes, it's weird how I can do it better like this than I can when I'm doing a recorded video. It feels more natural. And what I might just have to start doing is just start downloading the live streams and then just cutting down some of it and uploading that later on. And that be the uploads. I think that could work out at least for YouTube, because Rumble, lo and behold, they use their brain to be like, hey, treat those live streams like a regular upload. So if I go live, it's promoted the same way that an upload is promoted, and so then people actually see, the video and come on in. Like we got, new members that came in today into the community over here on Rumble, and I absolutely appreciate and love that. That's what I'm talking about. That's the type of actual vibe and community that I'm trying to build. And even if I wasn't a cannabis smoker, I would still be like, I'd still open it up to be like, hey, if you're a smoker of any kind, come on in, hang out, vibe with us. Like today's question. When did you start smoking a pipe? That can still go for, lots of cannabis users. A lot of cannabis users fucking smoke a pipe. I have cannabis pipes still. So it's not like that's out of the question. It's not like they can't use a cannabis pipe. I'm going to say probably most of them are going to say their favorite experience is usually out of a bong instead of a dry pipe. Because I come from that, like, generation, but also because I come from that area where it's totally legal. I mean, I'm wearing one of the work shirts that those people work in, but it's one of the shirts that they offered up to the community. And I think, like, when I think back to, like, when I started smoking in my pipe, when I picked up my very first real pipe and started smoking tobacco out of it, Crisco, do we got smoke? I'm smoking right here. Out of this, I'm smoking tobacco. But again, like I was just saying, if anybody's a cannabis smoker, you're always more than welcome to do it here as well. I am also a cannabis smoker myself. But I was just stating that even if I wasn't, being as a pipe smoker, I feel like I would be that person, especially because I come from that generation, that we try to build that bridge to build with even cannabis smokers. Because again, like I said, cannabis smokers, they have pipes as well. They use pipes. Like I said, I use primarily, bongs and stuff like that. I use dab rigs. Smoke my my concentrates and stuff like that. I'm not a big fan of dry, weed pipes, mainly just because, like, it's kind of like with vaping so much. I've never really enjoyed vaping like I do with my pipe, but when I hit my vape, the biggest issue I have is that fucking scratchiness in the throat. Am I a chill guy? I mean, I'd like to think I'm a chill guy. I mean, I can definitely be ranty. I can be passionate. I can be kind of angry at times. Especially over stupid people, man. Stupid people are the worst. I ain't gonna lie. When I do have to deal with stupid people, I will fucking pop off with shit because, like, stupid people I have very little tolerance to. It's just like, I don't know, it's like I'm allergic to stupid. You know what I mean? Like, you got somebody that pops off with something really dumb. You're like, are you fucking that stupid? Really? You just say that? What do I think about crypto? I mean, I'm not the biggest, fan of it, just because I just don't really care for it too much. Um, just because it's not even so much like, I don't. There's a lot of people that don't like it because they don't understand it. I mean, like, I have to use it obviously in terms of, like, the Ripple wallet, with other sites that I've used, like with Blaze, a few other places like that. I have to use crypto because that's their only currency that they use it. You have to exchange out for actual dollars. So it's not like I'm a mist or totally against crypto. I just don't like it myself. I'm just not a big fan of it. I think that it's like slavery with extra steps, in the words of Rick. You know what I mean? I think that mining it was a way cooler idea back in the day, but unfortunately you had companies and a lot of other people who kind of ruined that, and a lot of it I feel like is just not as, like, viable as much anymore. I mean, I'm sure mining can be, but, like, you probably still gotta invest so much into it. Especially because I know there's all those, like, little, like, rip-off scammy apps too, like, that people try to use, and, like, that crap is just such a problem, man. Like, a lot of it too is just a good way for you to lose your bank account to somebody else who overseas primarily. You know what I mean? So, also, by the way, I do appreciate the follow as well too, fam. Thank you for that. My pipe went out. I think it actually might be cached. So the only thing about, yeah, this is cash. So the only thing about the Haunted Bookshop, chat, is that it's such a dry tobacco that it literally, like, smokes up so quickly. Like, I barely really smoked my pipe on that one, and it's already, Dundee. Now, the other reason why I also didn't do a pipe cleaner on the, what do we call it, the corn cob, is because quite literally it's a pain in the ass, one, to get the pipe cleaner to fully clean the pipe in the right way, without it just getting, like, a part of it. So then I just do it this way, so that way I know that it's actually clean. Which is the other reason why I'm irritated. I bought all these fucking pipe cleaners, chat. Hopes for the tobacco that I'm getting here soon, especially that Seattle Pipes Club. Which again, if you guys don't know, Seattle's Pipe Club is a pretty popular one. Now we have the bots coming in. No. I'm shooting off my MacBook. Here, fucking ban the bot before it starts spamming fucking dumb shit in here. There we go. Yeah, I'm multi-streaming right now, so I'm on YouTube, Kick, and Rumble at the same time right now. Sometimes I'll do Blaze. I'm thinking about going back to VP Zone again as well, checking that out. Because I've had a lot of friends tell me that they've had a lot of newer community members come in from there. But honestly, though, primarily, I'm not gonna lie, like it's kind of funny. A lot of the recent streams I've done, all of a sudden we've actually started to get more newer people popping in, which is actually really awesome. I'm so glad to see that, because quite honestly, a lot of the people I've built with this community before I left Kick way while back and then came back, a lot of them left due to the fact that I was calling out certain like heads of Kick, not Eddie. I think that Eddie accidentally gave the keys to the wrong people, to the kingdom, as I like to call it, and they were ruining a lot of the stuff, and now we have a bot problem, as you can tell, over here, as I just banned one out of my chat. A lot of times you'll have these bots come in and be like, yo, so-and-so said that they want to collab with you, blah, 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 and they're spamming this in like 1,000 channels all at once, and it's like, oh, that's great, that's good. So then even if, like, let's say you were a good streamer, then you just ruin any goodwill towards, all the rest of the community who would have maybe actually worked with you, you know what I mean? So it's like, it's just something so dumb that people are willing to risk something like that, you know what I mean? So it really is like you're playing with fire. You're really playing with fire in that regard. So I will say, if you go over to Rumble, technically my main channel on Rumble will be Devi2100, and then there's a sub channel called Jafola Piper under the same name, because unfortunately on Rumble I was not able to change the channel name. I used to be called Devi2100. I then changed it to Jafola Piper, because Jafola is pretty much a very specific name for myself, whereas like Cody is my first name, so that's what I go by primarily when we're doing these live streams. Like, so if anybody ever wants to catch my attention, if you say, hey Cody, I know that you're talking directly to me, unless I'm getting another Cody in the chat. That happens a lot, sadly. Okay, it's a very common name, but yeah, other than that though, you know what I mean, like that the name of the channel is Jafola Piper. That's how you pronounce it. And obviously Piper, because I am a pipe smoker. I enjoy pipe tobacco. Obviously, as you can see here, there's tobacco in this. It's what you just saw me smoking, is out of a pipe like this. And again, I'm a cannabis user at the same time. I do enjoy my... I was just on this side again, too. Yeah. I do enjoy my cannabis use at the same time. It's one of those things where legitimately I know there's a lot of the pipe smokers, especially over like on YouTube and stuff, that are of an older guard, and they're much more like, we don't want to be associated with like stoners at the same time as, you know, they're trying to associate themselves. And it's like, look, man, I unfortunately I started off using cannabis a long time ago for my epilepsy, you know, and then eventually I used to smoke cigarettes as well for a long time. So then eventually I used a vape to quit. Then I just over time I just was like, you know what, I'm just not enjoying my vaping. I don't enjoy it like I really want to. And then I tried pipe smoking and was like, wow, I actually enjoy this. So yeah, it's like it's one of those things where, you know, I I choose to smoke a pipe because it absolutely helps me relax, helps with my epilepsy. That might sound weird to a lot of people. It's actually really just, it's something that you can't explain without somebody having tried it themselves to understand fully what you're getting at. Because when I say that smoking a pipe relaxes versus like smoking a cigarette will not do that. Yeah, I mean, think about like, right, when you smoke a cigarette, like you smoke a cigarette because you're stressed out, you need like a quick one right in the moment, right? You're smoking a pipe, it's a deliberate thing you're doing to sit down and relax and do something like that. So what's that? I was saying you wanted to ask. Sounds good there, Fox. Sounds good, brother. See you when you get back, my man. So about the dab rig here. You know, give me some time to think about it. I might be interested in that. Like, 'cause it sounds like kind of like an interesting idea. You know, I'd be definitely down to help out with testing something like that. But I definitely would have to think about it a little bit more though too at the same time, just because again I do have some other things I have up in the works. So I would just want to make sure to with checking with some of the other things that I have in plan that they don't it doesn't affect anything like that. Mainly just with some of the other people, because I do have. I wouldn't say it's like a similar thing that I'm helping somebody else with, but I am helping another person with another crypto thing as well, which is going to be here soon. Now it's not like a token or a coin or something like that they launched, but it's something that they're working with a company that is actually using Ethereum. So that is So, Richard Grant, at that point, it's a backed, crypto. I know, Ethereum is backed. It's not like their own token or anything like that. So, yeah, that'd be fine. That'd be fine. Uh, I thought. Let me see on my about. I thought. If you go on my about, the link tree link in there should take you right to my page there, and it should have my X page on there. Because I cannot remember for the life of me right now if I have the fucking whatchamacallit, the new name changed over there or not. I want to say that one's still Devi2100, but I might be wrong, and it might be Jaffola Piper now. I'll have to check in a little bit here. I'll check it a little bit, and I'll put it in the chat. So, wow. Okay, and that was weird. Like, yes, I'm looking at all the messages there. Okay. Okay. See, that's what I thought. I wasn't sure. See, that's what I mean. Like, I'm so like with the brain. I'm like, did I change that one yet or not? Because I wanted to make sure I changed all of them to the same one. I think the issue I had with that one was, I think for whatever reason it said I couldn't change the name yet, or I need to do it still. I can't remember. I know one of them literally told me, I was like, oh, you can't change your name, because I did just do it on one of the other ones not long ago. And now it's like, oh, you have to wait a little bit of time before you can change it again. So I don't know if that was on X or not. I think that might be a different site, though. So, but I will definitely hit you back with a follow, though. Like you said, if I'm definitely more interested in stuff like that. So, because like I said, I definitely just need to talk to the other friend of mine, because I don't know if it would affect whatever I'm going to help him out with. Because I don't know if like him doing it with the company is going to be like, okay, I have to do like kind of like a almost like a non-competition clause, like where I'm not allowed to work with the competition of any kind, for X amount of time, which I know would not be that long, because I know he has done multiple crypto deals, one being with this company before, and then one with another one shortly thereafter, and so I know he has signed something similar to this before, being with these companies, and it just be like a couple weeks, because they're like, hey, like, just, we want you to work with us. After you're done working with us, then you can go fuck off and do whatever you want with that. And if you want to come back, cool, things like that. So it gives him a little bit of leeway, so like that. So I don't know what he will be handing on all that. So that's why I was like, before I 100% say anything about that. Yeah, no, I totally get that too, and that totally understandable on that one there. Dude, okay, see, this is what I mean. Kick. Like, Eddie, man, you gotta get like an AI thing that is going to, like, okay, you already got it. Thank you, Fox. I didn't know if you were back or not for making your food or not. Appreciate you, brother. Appreciate you. Like, seriously, Eddie, AI. It is the future of bots. Like, if you want, or bot security, I should say. If we want to make sure that Kick does not get this type of infestation, you gotta implement more of an AI mod. I mean, I know we kind of have the little AI mod thing as it is. It works sometimes, but let's be real, man. We need a better actual one that just targets specifically bots like that and just bam, instantly. Like, it sees a name like that, it just bam, instantly ban. Bro, what the fuck is that even comment like that? Right? You know what I mean? Like, what the fuck? Like, what the hell type of comment is that? It's like, I don't even know. That was like the most left field shit I've ever seen in my life. Like, I don't even know what the fuck to respond to that one. If looks like what? Yeah, Fox banned that one too. Fox was like, no, we're not doing that shit today. Gonna grab the charge cord there. Dude, that was just such a random fucking comment, bro. That was just like, what the fuck? Like, yeah, no problem, Chris. I appreciate you, fam. Appreciate you. You know, and no worries, brother. No worries. I appreciate you coming in and and asking stuff like that. You know. And again, appreciate the follow and everything like that, brother. You know, and have a wonderful day. And you look on the search as well. So yeah, back to the EDC though. Other than that weird ass comment we had there, that was fucking random as shit there. I appreciate you, Fox, on handling that. Definitely appreciate you, fam. But the whole EDC, right? Like, if we're doing an everyday carry. Something like this, yeah, can be viable, I feel like, for the average day pipe smoker. And I do feel like when we talk about EDC, each one is going to, or each, style is going to vary on the person, right? Like, some people are going to be like myself here, where they just go, you know what, I got a backpack, I'm just tossing that stuff in there and going. But having something like this, as weird as it might sound, is a bit more professional, right? Because do you want to walk into like a business meeting area with something like this, or something like this? Of course, fam, of course. Again, like there was, nothing but respect. You know what I mean? Like again, like I said, like you saw what you see what I mean when I was like, I don't like to deal with stupid people. My mod over here is handling all that, with stuff like that. But again, you were respectful. You've been awesome. So yeah, no problem in my mind. So of course, like I'm gonna show that courtesy back and everything like that. You've been courteous over the entire time you've been here. So go, it would be rude of me to be like rude to you because of like like I said, even if I'm not the biggest fan of crypto and stuff like that, it doesn't mean I'm going to be like, oh my gosh, I'm going to be rude to somebody. Which, trust me, I guarantee you, I know there are going to be people that might be rude because they hear crypto and the first thing they're going to think of is like a scam or this. And it's like, you're just asking for, somebody to come in, help them, help you test some stuff, more or less so that the producers can, review all that stuff. Not, being aired anywhere. Like, that's not a big deal. You know what I mean? I think that's pretty much I would pretty much say like pretty much run of the course, run of the mill for a lot of places like that. A lot of either shows or a lot of things that are testing a lot of things like that, whether it be apps or crypto, whatever. They're doing something along those lines. So yeah, no, you're all good, brother. You're all good. Yeah, but hey, definitely best of luck in your search, brother. Definitely best of luck. A little bit want to do something with Snow Leopard. So I'm going to put that one over there. I am going to grab something to drink, though. I got my glass on the counter for some juice. I'm going to go grab some juice real quick, chat. BRB. I love I put the BRB screen up, and it shows... Okay, there it goes. I'm like, wow. It just shows the chat windows. Pull up the music a little bit more, and I will be right back.
We are dreaming in the dark. We
Okay, chat. I am back. Alright. So yeah, I got some cran raspberry that I mixed with some Welch's grape juice in this. And it is so good. It is so good. Oh man. It's like, I don't know how to explain it. It's like a perfect sweetness to tart ratio.
Yeah, just the right balance.
Yeah.
Take out the tart, not too sweet.
Oh, that is good.
I don't even know what I'm talking shit about.
Man, it's fucking raining out finally. Which I told you it'd be about midnight before it rains. About 11:30.
Yes, you lied anyway. Shut up.
Yeah, you talking shit now you need help with something, yeah?
No.
Load up another hit, y'all.
I do wonder what this trail of paper towels is here for. Just for must food on the floor.
I think it was kitty puke. Or she spilled your coffee.
I cannot believe you found my cat. Then that bitch won't even make the cup of coffee. Sheesh. Alright,
What's up, Bubba's?
at this rate, I'll be flying so high tomorrow. Phew. I can't even see what I'm putting in here.
Alright. I loaded up their chat. And okay. That is loaded up. What's up, boys? Alright.
I'm so excited.
Give me 1 second here. Yeah. Another bot. There we go. Got the bot. Yeah, I'm fucking telling you, man. Seriously, Eddie. AI to target bots like this. Because no respectful channel has a name like that. Let's be real. Also, the other reason too, I think that this one would be like the greatest, right, compared to the other one, is that both of them actually kind of like suffer the same like issue at the same time. Is that with the bag, right? You can put a couple pipes in there, and this would be better though for like some of the tins. Like, this is a great package if like you're just carrying around some tins. And I'm not gonna lie. So here's what I was gonna actually recommend, right? So you have something like this. This has a strap on it on this hard case one with the Pelican case one, right? So with this Pelican case one, you could, in theory, strap it to this guy along with, you know, whatever you're rocking with. So ideally, it pretty much would be like this. Trying to find the strap. There it is. Okay, I knew I had the strap like, readily available. Okay, so what we would do to make this pretty much a viable thing, I would say take the sturdier side, loop it through this way, do this one at the bottom, right? And then you do this one at the top. Okay? Now, you would have it like this. So, effectively, it would be a bit of a hanger. Weird peoples. Well, I mean, it's definitely a lot of bots. That's really what it's mostly tonight here. Honestly, there, Fox. But the other thing too is, right, if you had something, the way this is, if you had something like so that you could have a hook that you could either like hook onto like your chest, like on a thing like this, you can either cross a strap like this up here, right? Not too big of a deal. You know, it's not much different than like people wear the fanny packs, but then you can just like, you know, like boom, here's my pipes, pull out your pipes. You know, or having it like on the side, right here on the side. You know, for me, as I'm a fat ass, it'd be like right here on the side of the gut. So, you know, or even like this on the side, kind of like almost like a gun holster, stuff like that. Because you can almost like rest your arm on top of it too. At that point, you could be like that. So, if you had something at least like a vest or some style that could actually hook onto all that stuff like that, but this also being able to be moved, you can also take it and put it up on the shoulder, like so. Or putting it like that, so it drops over on the top of this guy. So that way it's a little bit easier also to grab to, you know. You easily pull it up, you know, open it like this, pull out what you need. You know what I mean? This bag, it's easy to slide to the side, unzip, just like a fanny pack. But again, the thing with this, right, it's like you have two things that quite literally either this or this is going to handle it. Literally, that's the craziness. Either something this small, as in like this little leather bag that was meant for a Bible that could easily fit 5 tins in here, 2 to 3 pipes, pipe cleaners, you know, everything else like that. This could definitely hold more than enough tobacco, pipes, pipe cleaners, everything. You know, it's your backpack. Now again, it's just that one might look more professional than the other one. You know, if you're going into a place with a lot of like business people, I would probably recommend the little leather bag. You know, they won't think you're gay like the fucking old couple who thought I was when I was walking by them. Not even joking. I can read lips pretty well, and I read the lips of the husband to the wife. He's like, this guy looks like he's gay. because I was literally walking as I'm smoking my pipe like this. I'm literally walking like this, chat. And I have to look at it. I'm gonna go like that. And I kind of do this, like more or less like this and here, pipe bag, and they just kind of give me a look of like, and it's like, okay, but I mean, it is like that's. I had 2 things of tobacco down here in tins, and then I had both the bags of tobacco. Actually, I had all 3 bags of tobacco in here, and then I had 2 pipes. I had the meerschaum pipe, and then I had the basket pipe right here, this one. And then I had this guy in my hand, just in case it stopped getting windy and stuff like that, enough for me to use those 2. So, that, and it was also kind of a test to see how heavy I could make it, enough to still have everything I need, and be usable. It wasn't even that bad, you know? I could easily have walked around with that. It was just the looks I was getting that was starting to make me a little bit annoyed. Because normally, my ass is walking around like this. Like, this is how I normally walk around, you know? Backpack buckled up like that, boom, you know? Alright, oh yeah. Like, that's literally what you'll see me walk around and sound like. You know, like 90% of the time, because that way I can always have all the tobacco I want, and then if I need to, if I need to put sodas or food or whatever in the backpack, I can easily do so. You know, it's not a very big backpack, but it's big enough to fit what I need. And that was one of the Razor backpacks too. So yeah, you know, it's one of those things where, and then also with this, I have my carabiners too. So I can easily do this. Put the carabiner like that. Grab this guy. Take that out. Oh my goodness. Okay. Put that there. There we go. Okay. Take this. I have 2 of these carabiners. There you go. Now you have it hooked onto the backpack like that. And then again, you can always put it inside the backpack better that way and have it attached. Or just have it hanging, you know. As long as you don't have anything breakable in your backpack, it should be okay. I would think. Let me see here. How would this be on the back? Because it slides like side to side, it is a little weird, but yeah, I could still do it. Because then I could easily just be like, cool, I need to grab out a pipe real quick. You know what I mean? Either just pull it from the side, you know, or unhook it and do it that way, you know what I mean, chat? So there's a lot of ways of using like something like this. Yo, appreciate you on that one there, Free Travel. Thank you for that, brother. So, like, again, but it's like, if I already have the backpack, you know what I mean, chat? It's like, why would I be bothered to bring then the hard case? You know what I mean? So it's like, legitimately, like, some of these cases, for these EDCs, I might either just give them to somebody else, or I might use them for other style of storages, right? Like, for these, like, those guys, some of the harder cases, I'll probably put, like, really expensive pipes in there. And then the bags, probably put, like, excess of, you know, like, other, like, assorted items, things like that, too, you know what I mean? Hello, that far. Well, I turned it down too because there was a lot of background stuff going on. Let me do this then here again. The problem is, like, when I do this, right? This, and I have, by the way, the microphone turned all the way up too. And it's crazy too, because like the MacBook, you would think, right? Normally Mac would be like easily able to like boost up the audio, but when there's a lot of background noise, if I have that feature on so that you can hear me even from here, you could hear a fucking mouse fart all the way back there. It's fucking ridiculous how much this microphone will pick up all the tiniest of noises at that point. It's like, now you want to fucking be that sensitive, motherfucker? Now you want to be this sensitive? You know what I mean? It's like, beforehand, I gotta fucking jack the volume and be like, can you fucking hear me? So, I mean, now you can hear her in the background, though. So. But you see what I mean, though, bro? Like, you see what I'm saying? Like, that's how fucking dumb the microphone is. It's like, why has it gotta do this to me? I talk about this all the time. Like, this microphone, it has no medium. There is no in between in the two areas we're at. I appreciate the show together, fam. The moderator made a joke about this sister and stuff like that, and I was like, bro, like all that was all heard on stream, right? Like that's the thing too. Is like she can like, because like right now she's taking her medicine, right? So she's feeling a little loopy from the medicine, da 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 da. So she's just talking to herself out there because she's out there by herself. And legitimately, it's like all of that though was being just into the microphone as if she's sitting in the room with me. And I'm like, that's what's crazy though. She's not even talking that loud. But because it's so quiet in the house, it's coming through. When there's a TV, there's the fan and everything else going, you don't really notice as much. But when it's like that, it's like, what was that in the background that was just said? It's like, oh shit. You know what I mean? Like, then it's like, then it gets a little weird, like, because, like, there's been times definitely where, mom's been scolding sister, and Fox will be like, oh, did someone get in trouble? And I'm like, yeah, you heard that? Like, yeah, you can hear that? Like, then I always like to jump to my sister, like, well, maybe you didn't get your ass in trouble all the time. Maybe you wouldn't have to be heard on stream getting scolded. And I say that even though she's a good kid, though. She actually really doesn't get herself into trouble all the time, but when she does, she does. It's like, take pride in whatever you do, and she takes pride in it. Like, she takes a little bit too much pride in it. Why is that? Why was that doing that? Why is that doing like the lost thing?
Why does it sound like a heart monitor?
No, it's because it's report like as if it's like being reported lost.
Oh.
Like, why is? Okay. That was really random. Okay. That was fucking weird, chat. I've not had that happen with my my AirPods yet. So I was a little tripped out by that. What's up, Bubba's? Oh, you in this hair.
He was in the bathroom.
You in this hair. No, this. Got hair in his mouth. Oh, and you had one of your whiskers in your mouth. Because it was in this hair that I just pulled out of his mouth. Yes, you, sir. Yes, you. Yes, you. Always pulling your hair out, sir. Yes. Oh, yes. Yes, you, mister. Yes. Do you mind not pulling out your hair? Yes. Don't pull out your hair. Don't pull out your hair. Oh, the booger. Yes, you. Bro. What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? Huh? What's up, Bubba's? Oh yeah, still playing. I've been playing on the PlayStation 5 Pro. I will say, it's kind of funny how well it looks on there. So but again, I'm not doing gaming and stuff like that today. And when today's just talking about pipes and stuff like that. But I still play the game though. I was playing Marathon with Fox and them for a little bit. I'm gonna try to keep playing it until the free thing goes away. I may or may not buy it. I don't know. It's not an expensive game. It's not that expensive. But I did download Delta Force though. So if you want to play Delta Force at all with Fox and all of us, we do have that. I'm probably not gonna do it tonight, but tomorrow I will be trying to play some games, and I will be doing a stream about games too. Not like about games, but like we'll be playing games, obviously. Because I'm trying to get more of the community members, like not just like obviously like all of us, right? But like every time I try to do a stream about games, I always like, hey, let's get people to play the game. But nobody ever jumps in to play the game other than like Fox. It's like, or maybe Jaco. Because like I've been trying to do fucking like Phasmophobia and stuff like that. So yeah, just it's super annoying. That I just cannot get people to do it. Dude, I'd be down. Yo, what's up, Dark? Good to have you over on YouTube, bud. Good to have you on YouTube. Because, yeah, I definitely, I'd say probably, me and Fox, I'm sure, would be down. How you doing, though, Dark? It's good to have you, brother. How's life been for you? Hope you're doing well. I got a cat hair on my face. What, Bubbas? You're like staring up at me as if I have something. I don't have anything. I have nothing for you. Oh, what? I've been giving you loves. Yes, I've been giving you lots of love. You're just gonna sit right here. Huh? Me and my little guard dog. Hi, Bubbles. What's up? What? You gonna meow so they can hear you? No? You're gonna play hard to get? Yeah? Hi, Bubbles. What's up? The look you're giving me. Oh, come here, you. Oh. He's such a big baby. He's just sitting here, just literally staring at me. No work today, just chilling. Ooh, very nice, very nice. Yeah, he literally was just staring up at me like, oh, love on me, please. Oh, Bubba's. Okay, this is the funniest thing, dude. So, obviously, like, I go wash my hands in the bathtub because it's easier for me to do, like, all the way to my elbows. Like, I do the, like, old doctor wash up, right? And I'm using my Dr. Squatch. So, then I'll turn off, like, the tub water. And who's at the bathroom door to greet me but the boy? And then as soon as... Oh, I'm sorry, am I giving away your secret? You know like that I was talking about it as soon as I brought that up? He literally gave me that look like, how dare you be talking about this? But he'll be greeting me at the door, and instead of like, coming to hang out with me as soon as I walk by, no, he walks right past me to go back into the bathroom so that he can go into the tub and play in the tub. And then when he comes out, his head is soaked. Huh. You and your wet head all the time. Yeah, you and your wet head. He's always got to have a sopping wet head. And then he'll come lay in bed with me with that wet head. And then I'm like, are you kidding me? Really, bro? And he will have wet kitty paws, wet tail, a wet head. Huh, Bubba? You know I love you, though. You know I love you. You're a brat, but I love you. Ugh. Huh. What's up, Bugga? What? He just stands right there. He's like, okay. Yeah. Were you relaxed? Huh? Were you too relaxed? Were you trying to fall asleep in my arms again? I was holding him the other day when I was on stream, and he ended up falling asleep in my arms, and it was hilarious. And I was like, oh my god. And then he gets so heavy, and he's such a big kid. So you're like, oh, that's a lot of weight just being left in my arms like that. He gets that dead weight real quickly. Now that I knocked that over, I didn't even realize it was right there. Alright, so I was just going to load my pipe with some of the Boswell tobacco that Sam gave me, because I haven't used any of it yet. Not any of it, I should say, but I haven't used much of it since last time. We still got some left in here. I'm going to go right off the top. We got some Dan's Blend. Yeah, all it smells like chocolate in there right now. It literally just smells like chocolate tobacco in here, chat, because of all these bags in here. So Sam gave me 35 blends of tobacco. And literally, if you were to put all of them in here, the way that they are, they all will give off this chocolate kind of smell and taste. It is both delicious, but also kind of like a little obnoxious, because when you really want to know what it really tastes like individually, it's kind of hard to tell. But this one is Boswell's Dan's Blend. And so, kind of curious to see what this one's going to be like. Actually, let's go ahead and pull up tobacco reviews. For whatever reason, this site always takes a little bit to load. And it's just like a search site too. It's like something like super advanced or anything like that. Boswell and Blend. 3.14 rating out of 4. Okay. Aromatic, Virginia. Flavoring is absolutely nothing at it. A blend of Golden Virginia is a mild, nice blend. If you like Virginias, this is a wonderful smoke. Huh. No flavor adding to it. One could say that... Oh, jeez. My fucking contact, please stop. One can almost say that anything that Boswell's blend approaches perfection. I say almost, because I haven't tried all their blends yet. But those it has been my happy experience to smoke have never failed to please. Enter Dan's Blend, a truly superlative expression of what a Virginia can be. Mild it is, and those who find it objectionable will certainly wish to look elsewhere. But if they do, they will miss out on the complexity of this exceptional blend. Sipped slowly, this tobacco reveals fine shadings and nuances of flavor usually reserved to stronger blends. But this one stands up to a careful scrutiny of all of its subtleties. A few have warned against huffing too fast, but I can't comment on that, as I was enjoying my languorous experience too much to want to speed anything up. I express my deepest appreciation to Russ, who showed me what to look for in this blend, and kudos to Dan for creating the Epinus tobacco. So this is just supposed to be a pure Virginia. Okay. Cool. Cool. I'll go with that. Again, this is from Boswell's Tobacco. And with this having this bit of a chocolatey taste to it as well, from it being around all the other tobaccos right now, chat, means that this Virginia is going to have a very unique flavor profile to it as it is. Makes me even more curious about how this is going to come across. Okay. Alright, perfect bowl of tobacco. And, which means we have to add a little bit more to the mixed blends then, chat. We haven't added as much to it lately. However, though, oh my gosh, that smells so delicious, chat. There's nearly 2 ounces of tobacco just sitting in there from all these scraps. So like stuff like this here, instead of using it as a topper for the bowl, which I could totally do so, and then, top it all off, and it would bring it to just at the edge of the rim of the pipe. But instead of doing that, we take it and we go boop into the tin. It goes, and this way it can get added to all that wonderful tobacco that's in there. A big chunk of it is other Boswell's tobacco, and then some other blends like the apple crumble in there. We have some of the autumn evening. I have some Lane BCA in there. There's just a lot of mixtures. This is literally a trash can of different types of tobaccos. You could quite literally call it a melange, because it is quite literally a just blend of a bunch of different kinds. What's up, bud? I know you're mad because I have the thing closed off. I know. Where do I put the? Looking for the cigar case. Thought I put it over here, but I'm not seeing it. Let's put that up there for right now until I find the cigar case. Because I got this little cigar box that I've been putting those bags in, chat, so that way I keep track of all the ones I've smoked. Yeah, it smells like Nestle's like chocolate syrup. Like just pure chocolate syrup is what that smells like. Cannot wait to smoke a big fat bowl of that. What I'm going to do too is I'm going to load up either this guy or this one, or both of mixed blends once I'm actually done, filling it up a bit more, chat, because I think either one of those is going to pull some of the best flavor off of that I've ever had. And I'm excited to try it. However, speaking of excited to try it, let's get started up on this Dan's Blend by Boswell Tobacco. Got this in the Meerschaum pipe. Okay, this is an interesting blend. All right. Okay, so this one definitely has just that straight Virginia taste to it. Okay. It has that classic pipe tobacco taste. And the aroma is also like superfluous. It is just, it's so hard to describe this. That was a good tobacco. That was very interesting. Just a pure Virginia tobacco. Lots of flavor. Very, very flavorful. Gives me a lot of bready vibes to it, though. Not the Red Virginia vibes. You know, this is supposed to be, I think, a Red Virginia. We're enjoying this Virginia right now, chat. This is so good. It was so hard to pull myself away from it. That is just a very tasty tobacco. And it has that classic pipe tobacco smell too in the air. It smells so good. Oh, let's also check Safari again. Let's see, has it updated now? Yeah, so it hasn't even left the distribution center in Denver, Colorado, and it probably won't until early in the morning. And then once it does, we'll see how long it takes then. Because, yeah, still no updating on that at all yet. I'm just so blown away by that, though, still. So blown away by that. And then also, talking about retailers, about tobacco too, as well. It's definitely, I think, up there. I would say pipes of cigars would be the number one, and then I would say smoking pipes. And my reasoning for that is just based on how quickly PNC is able to get things done, whereas the other one, quite literally, was having. Nope. 1 second. Oh. But yeah, there's a few other retailers out there like Tobacco B&B, Cigars International, things like that. Now a lot of these will primarily just do cigars. So the main three that I would recommend would be PNC smoking pipes, and then I think it's like Tobacco B&B is the name of the actual store. It's or I should say online front, not like an actual brick and mortar location. I will say though too, right? Like, is the fact that there's very few, sites out there. Now there's some other ones that might be like Mizir Meerschaum where they sell pipes, but they also do sell some of the name brand tobaccos as well for you to buy for your pipes when you buy a brand new corn cob. There's a lot of things like that. But ideally, like, it's... How do I put this? Trying to think here. Like, because I know there's those three, but there's another brand. Like I said, Zero Mutual, but there's another website that I went to that had pipe tobacco. I'm trying to think of the name. But it's a very, very small niche group as it is. So it's kind of hard to really paint out a bunch of different, stores because they're kind of few and far between. But there is, them out there. The other big thing about that, though, too, right, is that with the fact that you have very little of these stores, it's that they really, depending on how they try to take care of their customer, is how you're going to value their customer service. And I just think that PNC has done a bit better job, at least in my opinion, than Smoky Pipes has recently. With Smoking Pipes, it feels like it's almost like a you buy from us because of our name. Where PNC, it's like you buy from us because we have a shitload of stuff, and both of them have a shitload of tobacco. That's what's also crazy. Very crazy about that. And also, too, I do want to just like let everybody know too, like when smoking pipe tobacco too, it has been the reason why you see me so relaxed, so quiet on streams, and it's kind of one of those things where I'm kind of trying to promote that more on my channel too, where it's like look, we're gonna be a bit quieter, these days. It's gonna be a bit more chiller, more relaxed, calmer in a lot of ways, because my goal is to actually have it set so that we can actually prove to people you don't have to be super rambunctious just to be a content creator. You don't have to be obnoxious to do those things. Like, legitimately, you can just be a chill person, and it all work out. There we go. Okay. Okay, there we go. Because I got some of that spearmint in here. There's a little palate cleanser between some of the bowls. But yeah, sometimes I'll zone out and almost pass out and stuff like that. And I know somebody's gonna be like, "Oh my gosh, he's getting too stoned on camera." Yeah, in a way you're right, but it's not from what you think. It's not the cannabis that does it. I mean, in all the years you guys have watched me stream, I think you guys can comfortably state that I can smoke a lot of cannabis and it doesn't knock me out. So what would be the thing that knocks me out then? If you guys have seen that it doesn't do it, right? But it had to be something that we haven't seen, Cody do on stream quite often, which is tobacco. Because when I was streaming it those days and I really got into it, all that stuff, you guys knew me as the vapor, not as a cigarette smoker. And so, like, legitimately, when I knocked out for my first real, day of just pipe smoking, dude, it hit me so hard. I was like, holy shit, this is able to actually contend with my cannabis in terms of how it makes me feel and how it knocks my head through a loop. And not in a bad way. It doesn't make me, stoned or drunk in mind like that, like it says in the Bible. I'm talking about, in a sense of, just being you feel so relaxed you can take a nap. You know what I mean? I notice my vape keeps running after I take a finger off the trigger too. Fox redeems, take a dab. Okay. I'm twisting my arm on it. I just gotta finish this bowl to the hill. I do want to get a bigger size meerschaum pipe at some point. Ooh. I love the Prince Albert Smooth. I'll load up some of the Prince Albert real quick. Load it in the Baracini. Like, for my boy Sam, the Boswell tobacco for him is his, kind of like his guilty pleasure in a sense. Like, it's like, that's his, I just want to relax, turn my brain off, and just enjoy some tobacco type of, tobacco. For me, as much as I do enjoy, I'm not gonna lie, that Boswell tobacco is amazing. It's really good. But for me, I'm not gonna lie, this Prince Albert has been my go-to when it comes to a good smoke. And I just want to enjoy something in that moment without having to think about it too much. That's where the Prince Albert comes in handy. Mm. That is so good. See, that's a good bowl. Alright, set this down here. She's sleeping with my sister right now. My sister went to bed like super fucking early. She went there, I think, originally to take a nap. And she's just been passed out since. So her cat's laying right next to her now, because that's her cat. So literally, she's got, like, her leg is like kind of like this, right? So her cat is literally using her back leg to touch her leg, but also to keep an eye on her at the same time. And then my boy's up in the tower, along with Gigi. Gigi's in the hammock, and Zephyr is in the tower. Yeah, so it's kind of funny. She always lays like that with her. I think it's absolutely adorable. Oof, that's loud in there, I think. Go ahead and take these guys out. The whole box smells like chocolate now. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I only have 9 tobaccos out of those 35 left, chat. This is all we have left of those 35. So many good tobaccos, man. So the Majestic 586, he said, is really good. We have Palm Holiday. Spice and Nice. The Sweet and Mild. Paradise. That's just pure black Cavendish. Yeah, I think that one's the one that's got the most chocolate smell to it. Boswell's Best. And then Bear Blend. Blend 35. And then Sweet Tea. Actually, put that away. Go ahead and load up my other pipe for after the stream. That's for when I go to bed. Yeah, see, I just totally zoned out there. Oof. Really, middle just loading a pipe bowl too with that. So yeah, I think I'm gonna go ahead and wrap up there, guys, because holy crap, that was bad. I just like literally was just like out, boom. Plus it is already what, midnight? Almost 1 o'clock? Yeah, so see, my goal is to stop doing streams so late at night too, guys, because I am wanting to do streams more in the daytime because I'm tired of literally going live and being tired like this. And pretty much also wanted to pass out shortly afterwards. So yeah, they're going to be more in the daytime. So that's why tomorrow, and when I do go live, if I go live tomorrow, I should say, because honestly, it might be up in the air because I got stuff I still need to do. So if I can get it all done in time, great. Then I'm going to go live around like, I'd say probably like 2 or 3 o'clock in the afternoon. So be prepared to see us then. If I go live earlier than that, sweet. That'll be awesome. So just keep an eye out for the notifications, guys. But yeah, I am going to go ahead and go and call it here because I am fucking just literally so zonked out of it. I can't even focus on my own thoughts. So I will see you guys back here hopefully tomorrow. Much love to all of you guys, and I will see you all later.